This is chapter 9.1, the polar coordinates. So the polar coordinates, you know that it starts with the r and then the theta. Okay, so let's figure out where number 12, -2, comma, -pi over 6 is located. It's going to be a point A, B, C, or D, right? So first of all, understand that in order to find out that point, you're going to have to start with the theta, which is going to be -pi over 6, which is going to be right here on this line. Okay, but the radius is -2, so you got to have to go backwards. So your letter B, well, point B is going to be for number 12, answer for number 12. Okay, so erase that. Let's check out number 18. So we got the 11 pi over 6 is basically the same line right here. Okay, but this time we got the radius, which equals to 2, so it's going to be 1, 2, so point D is going to be the answer for number 18. All right, so let's check out the similar type of question, number 22. So figure out where pi is. So we know that pi is right here. This is where 180 degrees is. And radius is -3, so you got to have to go backwards. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be the point for number 22. Okay, so number 32, -pi over 2 is going to be right here. Okay, so the radius is going to be -3, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3 backwards. So this is where your point is. Okay, so let's check out number 42. We're going to have to change it from polar to rectangular. So understand the x is equal to r, which is 4. And since this is x, you're going to have to use cosine. And then just insert the theta, so 3 pi over 2. Okay. If you you should draw a triangle, I mean your unit circle, and figure out where 3 pi over 2 is. It's going to be right here. So the point we're going to be using, the value is going to be using is going to be 0, comma, -1. Okay, so cosine 3 pi over 2 is actually going to be 0 because that's x. Okay, so x is going to be 0 in this case. And then for y, we're going to use the 4 radius equals to 4 sine 3 pi over 2. And then sine 3 pi over 2 is -1. So y equals to 4 times -1, which equals to -4. So your answer is going to be 0, comma, -4. Okay, it's a little messy. So let me do it for the next question. So 46, you're going to use x equals to, radius is 5, and then use cosine 300 degrees. So your x is actually going to equal to 5 halves. For the y is equal to 5 sine 300 degrees. And then just go ahead and draw your triangle and figure out. And then your y is going to equal to -5 rad 3 over 2. So you're going to have to just go ahead and put that in the coordinates. So 5 halves, and this one is -5 rad 3 over 2. Okay, let's check out the next one. So number 50, another polar to rectangular. So we got the x is equal to -3 cosine -3 pi over 4. And for the y, it's going to equal to -3 sine -3 pi over 4. And then so your answer is going to be 3 rad 2 over 2, 3 rad 2 over 2. Okay, so number 56 looks like a rectangular coordinates, but it's actually a polar. Okay, knowing that this is r and this is your theta, and then 5.2 is actually in radians. Okay, so all you need to do is set your calculator in, to radians and just plug it in. You're gonna find your answer. Okay, so x is going to equal to r cosine 5.2, okay? Y is going to equal to your R, which is 8.1 again, sine 5.2. Okay, go ahead and like I said, use your calculator. You're going to find out that X is equal to 3.795 and your Y is going to equal to negative 7.156. Nothing crazy. Okay, so next one, number 58, you're going to have to change from um, the rectangular, and you're going to change it to polar. Okay, first thing you want to know is you need to know that this is X and this is your Y. And you want to find out your R. I'm going to actually show you guys using minimum formulas to find out what the answer is. So we know that x squared plus y squared equals to r squared. Okay. Well, here, since the rectangular coordinates are already given to you, so 0, 2. So just go ahead and draw where 0, 2 is. Okay, this is 0, 2. Okay, radius is already showing you is 2. Okay, so your answer for the radius is going to be 2. And this is where pi over 2 is. So you just put pi over 2, and that's your answer. For number 64, let me erase this. Okay, so you can go ahead and just use the, just draw the triangle out. Okay, because it says x is negative 2, so this is negative 2. And then y is negative 2 rad 3. Okay, so x squared plus y squared equals to r squared. This is basically Pythagorean theorem, right? So your r is going to equal to 4. Okay, so here we know that 4 comma, we're looking for the polar. So understand that if you divide everything by 2, so if you divide it by 2, this is going to be negative 1. And you divide this by 2, it's going to be negative rad 3. And then if you divide by negative 2, it's going to be 2. And you know that this is going to be a 60-degree triangle in quadrant 3. So which equivalents to your theta is 240 degrees. Okay, 240 degrees is 4 pi over 3. And that's it. All right, so number 70. Okay, so we're gonna have to change the rectangular to polar equation. Okay, start off, you need to know that the you're gonna have to change everything that you know from the x to well, actually no, sorry. So we know that x squared plus y squared is actually just r squared. Okay, and then x squared is r cosine theta. Okay, and you just divide it by r on both sides, you're going to get r equals to cosine theta, and that's all you need to do. Okay, in 74, change the x squared to r squared cosine squared theta, and change the y to, so you multiply by r sine theta. Okay, and put the 4. Make sure you don't forget about the 4. Okay, equals to 1. And then just multiply the like terms. You're going to get 4r cubed cosine squared theta times sine theta, which equals to 1. That's all you need to do. No surprise. All right, so the next one, you got the r equals to sine theta plus 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply everything by r, because right now we're trying to change from polar to rectangular. So multiply everything by r, you're going to get r squared equals to r sine theta plus r. Okay, so now we know that r squared sorry, is equal to x squared plus y squared, and r sine theta is basically y. Okay, and then r is square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay, that's it. And then 84. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to put equals to r. So what I'm gonna do here is multiply the 3 minus cosine theta on both sides. 3 minus cosine theta on both sides. Okay, so I have 3 equals to r times 3 minus cosine theta. Okay, and then I'll just go ahead and distribute the r. So you got 3 equals to 3r minus r cosine theta. Okay, so we know that the r is square root of x squared plus y squared. Ooh, it's on the edge. I can't really write it. Minus r cosine theta is x. And that's all you need to do for this. Nothing special. All right. Peace out.